Super Spears!
I always say that I have an ex-girlfriend, because I do have an ex-girlfriend.
Oh, I don't want to whisper.
I can't call her my girlfriend anymore, we're married.
Whispers are terrible because they're poisoned.
Yeah, well, and also they
just do
their attack is demi, which is great the first time.
Yeah,
and then
it
after,
gets increasingly useless.
it's like, oh.
And then if you see it, I'll just take it. Oh, I screwed that up.
It's weird that they have all the enemies that have appeared so far, in a sense, because there's a certain, like...
Oh, no, you're right.
These guys, like, what are they doing here?
Yeah, and why they always look like they have one leg. The Templars? Axe!
Oh, it's clearly behind their knee.
I know, but it kind of looks like it. Darn it. 2 potions. Oh, that was nice. Okay, so I'm only going to do a couple more.
Yeah,
I don't want to do this too much.
People don't want to see this all day.
I would do like one more leaf.
Top comment. I want to see you do that all day.
I don't want to leaf off.
Leafer's a bite, or Leafer has scratch, something which I think just has an increased amount of attack power for like a regular attack, so it's actually very useful as a physical.
Yeah, but
skill.
I have ones who do that better. The robites are better.
And those cat things are pretty good.
Yeah, these guys are good. They do a
The
poison.
Aenid,
and they cast fire.
And they read from old religious documents from the what's that age? Where the Aenid was a big deal. I know it's from prior to this, but
Greek.
No, the Aenid people were brought it back during that age when they had all that poetry that was very bawdy.
The Restoration.
Yeah, during the Restoration, the Aenid
Well,
became popular again.
It was very popular among pretty much all the Renaissance. Grease monks! Yeah, I don't know, because Restoration poetry was mostly just about dicks. It's really weird being in a class about Restoration poetry, because we literally spend the entire class talking about penises. Or erections and vaginas.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that people don't think of, like, the poetry and writing from the past as being interesting to anyone, because, you know, it's not about video games, they don't mention anything about Street Fighter 2 Alpha, they don't mention anything about Ninja Turtles or like, you know, Rihanna.
They just talk about sex a lot.
They talk
like
about sex
a lot.
Restoration, honestly, I think really suits people who are interested in, you know, our current era very well, because the jokes and everything else like that from their time are actually pretty funny today. There's just tearing down.
I would say some, but they're incredibly inappropriate.
Yeah, that's what's funny about the Restoration. You think it's going to be stodgy, but it's actually just like... And then a man inserted his penis into the butthole of his neighbor.
Like, 2 of my favorite poems from that we study in class, at least, are just about a guy who prematurely ejaculates and then can't get it back up again. There's at least 2 of them in the major releases.
Yeah. And it's not like... It kind of shows you that just, like, butthole, penis humor is not necessarily lowbrow. It's just...
Shakespeare did it.
Shakespeare did it. It's just, we consider that lowbrow now thanks to censorship from the 1930s.
Well, pretty much since, I can't remember.
You can't run away because you love too hard.
Yeah, well, see, the movement right after the Restoration didn't like Restoration poetry because they were much more Catholic at the time.
Yeah.
And then everyone after that didn't, like, the Romantics didn't like it because it wasn't about love, it was just about sex.
Yeah.
And then the Victorians hated it.
Well, the Victorians, I think, really screwed up more than anybody else. I think the Victorians really messed up our society and our history more than just about any other people. I'm glad I didn't live in the
yeah, I don't think anyone was happy then.
No, it was basically just...
Because that was also when pretty much everywhere had contact with Europe, so, you know.
Yeah.
And also when Europe was pretty much at its worst.
That's right. In terms of a place to live and a place to invade other countries.
Yeah. I like getting... Ooh, grasshopper.
When people talk about the good old days, I just go, you know, unless you're talking about, like, First Nations people in, like, you know, the 14th century before, like, the arrival of...
Before the arrival of smallpox.
Before the arrival of smallpox. Or, like, European people during, like, the period... I don't know when.
There's never been a good period.
During the Cini or something.
Oh, I get a lot of good guys. Oh, I get the kitty!
Oh, the cat scratch is actually a really good at move. It does a lot of damage. Like, a lot of damage.
Yeah, I know that being really good. I might only do this one, because honestly, he's taking forever to come back.
Yeah, well, if he comes back now, it'd be great, because you get a bunch of different guys. But of course he won't. I just know it.
We're really good at that.
Oh, whoa! Whoa, I'm Jafar!
I'm just imagining him holding a sword going...
What do you think would break first? Your brain? Or your body?
or your patience?
Or your rock-hard
this
abs?
cutscene. Look at those. Look at those boobies he has, man. He has some great boobage.
Well, next time on Super Spears Brothers, we'll look at the boobs of men a little bit more.
Probably. Done another one?
So...
Ah! He just put... Oh, he's floating now.
Yeah, some of these also will protect you against creatures that do earthquake.
Which is not a common attack, but it's
It's
really
horrible.
annoying.
Yeah, if you run into a guy that does it all the time, like a certain dragon I might know.
Yeah. Oh god, that stupid dragon. You just cast float on everyone and the tile thing is useless.
Question mark, question mark? Uh-oh, here comes Metal Gear. He's gonna come get us. I like how they have no idea what to do, so they're just basically just following this child into a cave. It's like, this can only go,
Jafar,
Indeed.
you think the darkness is your friend? Well, this cave's actually quite light. I find it very easy to navigate through this cavern.
Oh, what was I going to say? Something about this that I like.
Tonic.
Oh,
no.
Whew!
Bye, folks. That's the end of the game.
Dun. This game does have a great ending when
Yeah,
you kill Kefka.
The false ending.
It's not a false ending, it's the real ending.
Oh, right, I forgot. No, let's just look down here.
Push and enjoy your fall.
Yeah, I'm about to fall Gip in there. You follow you.
I always wanted to get that Gip back, but I don't think it actually... You don't lose it.
I think you do.
No, because you can have 0 gup.
Yeah, well, in which case you just don't lose anything. But I think you do lose... I don't actually know.
I don't think you do. I don't think that was from the communal pile. That was something he was withholding from us, and he deserves to not have it anymore. Yeah, if he withholds gup from us, you can expect nothing but the most violent of experiences, including death, dismemberment, and several of his penises being removed.
And at least one of his family members dying horribly. Is this it? Jafar's treasure. I'm just shifting voices randomly at this point.
That's pretty close.
Treasure.
Yes. Looks like grass. Doom?
Well, there's only one of them, and there's 4 of us, so we're not going to be able to breathe with it. That would... Well, we'd allow one of us to breathe with it.
Let's go! I don't care about you.
I think this is pretty much... No, you're pretty much consigning yourself to certain death.
Also, you just dove into... I just realized this whole plot point has him diving into water 3 times.
Yeah, it's just nothing but jumping into water. He's like... By now, he's just like... Well, whatever.
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I was actually afraid of swimming before this.
Yeah, look at his little testicles.
Yeah. No, he's because that's his hands down.
No, those are his testicles and his 2 dicks.
Okay, so now they're way ahead of him. There's no way he can possibly catch up by the time
They're just... Actually, they smashed their heads and are lying bleeding on the ground.
Didn't they take the helmet? Who has the helmet in this sequence?
Maybe those 3 helmets and they're just piled on top of each other.
Alright, looks like I'm done. Brendan does not know I'm doing this. I'm doing this on my own. I'm going to be doing a little bit of an invincible Final Fantasy run. Just where all my characters are basically as strong as they're going to be. Now, I could have gone up to level 99, but that's just tedious after a while because it starts taking a really long time. I think we're going to make it through this okay. Let's see how we do on Ultros. Alright, we're going to take on Ultros. I have a ridiculous amount of experience. Will it take 2 hits? Will it take 1 hit? Let's find out what happens when we tease the octopus. Okay, I survived that. We'll see how this works. I don't know what blitzes I've got. Let's just fight. Okay, there you go. That was 1 hit. That he'll be fine. What could possibly hurt him at this point at this level of experience? So at this point, there's no point in getting any more levels. Basically, I mean, up until the very last boss, I think I should.